From KETK News, you're watching East Texas Live.
Welcome back, y'all. Now, following the death of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, race relations with law enforcement are once again at the forefront of most of the country's mind right now. That's why community leader Pamela Phoenix is here with us today to share about an upcoming virtual town hall meeting addressing this very issue. It's happening tomorrow evening at 7. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today, Pamela.
It's my honor.
So, I mean, there are a lot of notable people from our community involved in this. Can you talk about some of the people in the panel?
Definitely. One of the things that I was trying to identify when I was coordinating the event was what industries affect the issue with the result of George Floyd's murder. Naturally, the city, the police chief, the sheriff, the court system, the DA system, business owners, nonprofit organizations. It was affected by a diverse group, and it was nothing but God that all of them accepted the opportunity to be on the panel. They wanted to be as much of assistance as they could to help the community deal with the issue that's at hand.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of my immediate question. You did get a lot of people involved in this. We have some photos of some of the people involved, but that had to feel really good to, you know, be greeted with acceptance.
That was nothing but God, because I know all of the individuals that are on the panel are extremely busy individuals, but their heart's cry was to help, and any way that they could assist, they were more than happy.
Why do you think this discussion needs to happen right now?
This discussion is overdue. The idea of even coordinating an event such as this came as I was having a conversation with one of my mentees, Lisa Williams, and she stated, you know, you need to do something through Let's Talk Tyler, which is an organization I'm still structuring that came as a result of when I was running for city council, that I wanted to help the community organize the neighborhoods. So we were still in the process of structuring the organization when the George Floyd murder came up. And she said, you need to do something through Let's Talk Tyler. I said, let me pray about it. And I prayed, and 2 days later, the Lord just really put a sense of purpose in me to move forward and move quickly. And as I said, I made the calls to the individuals on the panel, and they gladly accepted.
Which is beautiful, a beautiful thing. I know a lot of people are looking forward to having this discussion. So we've unfortunately been seeing this a lot. We had Ahmaud Arbery, we had Breonna Taylor. Why do you think it took the George Floyd viral video of that incident for this discussion to just kind of erupt online and across the country?
I believe that Ahmaud's and Breonna's death was by shooting. We don't know if they suffered while they were dying or not. But George's death was torture. That officer's knee was on his neck for over 8 minutes while he was crying out, "I can't breathe." You can feel the torture as George is speaking, and that's why the last thing that a man ever does, and I've been advised this with when I was working as a counselor, that individuals that go to prison, one of the things that they always want to do is when they first get out is see their mom. That's why George's plea was saying, "Mom, I love you," at the end.
So how are you making this happen virtually, and why? We're jumping all over the place.
If you could see our little commercial on Facebook Live yesterday, we were trying to go through the technicalities of making this work through the Zoom webinar platform and then importing it into Facebook Live. So that's the venues that we will be utilizing. I see over there you have it playing, and it was Kicks doing it. But we wanted to make sure everything was done with a spirit of excellence, utilizing those platforms, and my brother Eddie J, he will be the director in helping us to make sure everything flows easily.
And the best part, on your press release, I see that people can ask their questions in advance, and during this, how can people submit those, and do you hope people participate?
Definitely. We've already got a lot of questions, but they can submit them through letstalktyler@gmail.com, as well as inbox on the Facebook page of Let's Talk Tyler. And also, if we have the ability during the session, they can just put them in the comment section, and we'll try and pose those questions as well.
Now, Pamela, before we let you go, I just kind of want to get your feedback on how you've received these protests happening peacefully here in Tyler.
You know, I tell you, Tyler is a unique city. And when I spoke with the chief of police, I said, you know, Chief, we really need to talk because Black people and other people are angry, frustrated, and we need some answers. I said, we don't want to go through burning down Tyler, but we need some answers. And he said, definitely, Pam. And we talked about, you know, some of the techniques that the police use and don't use and things of that accord. But, you know, we came to the realization that this needed to happen, as well as a conversation that I had with my pastor, Dr. Gregory Littlefield. He said, Pam, the solution for this matter is spiritual, which birthed my having another virtual town hall meeting next Thursday at 7 p.m. from a pastor's perspective. And I have an awesome panel for the community to pose answers to the pastors.
Maybe we'll have you back on here for that next week. So Pamela, thank you for being here. Remember, you can stream that on their Facebook page, Let's Talk Tyler, or our website, KHK.com. We'll be right back.